with a bit of trepidation. He heard about this woman at the local hotel. He is still a salesman and she is just a prospect. He can handle her easily if he does his job well. She meets him at the door. She says, make yourself comfortable. They drink a glass of tea and he shows her his wares. He doesn't seem to notice when she bites her lip in anguish. And when she starts to speak, it's as though he's not there. And she says, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. I've never quite recovered from the loss of my youth. I'm not completely certain there's an element of danger, but I'm quite certain, mister, I can depend on you. She sits in a chair and poses a question. Just like in a classroom, she raises her hand. What is his opinion when a woman never marries? Of a woman who has never give herself to a man. He gets a little flushed when she steps a little closer and quiets his embarrassed attempting an apology. What should he do? He starts edging towards the front door. She stops him with a phrase, stops him so easily. I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. I've never quite recovered from the loss of my youth. I'm not completely certain that there's an element of danger, but I'm quite certain, mister, I can depend on you. He looks like a lion in a cage at the circus. He's caught in an act that he just don't understand. What would he do if he were the strong one? He'd have his coat on his arm, frankly not giving a damn. The moment passes by like an empty whiskey bottle. It's poured out its very last glass of misery. She walks out to the porch, expecting him to follow. She flirts with her voice, dredging up her memories. Slips out the back, leaves her sitting on the front porch, talking to herself in a quiet little voice. What could he have done? It's beyond his comprehension. That faraway look in her eyes left him very little choice. Draws a shawl all around her, rocks in the swing, gazes out into the black. She'd heard the door, of course, but it really didn't matter, 'cause he was certainly a gentleman, and gentlemen always come back. She said it always depended on the kindness of strangers. Never quite recovered from the loss of my youth. certain, mister, I can depend on you. No, I've always depended on the kindness of strangers. Never quite recovered from the loss of my youth. Not completely certain that there's an element of danger, but I'm quite certain, mister, I can depend on you. I'm quite certain, mister, I can depend on you. Yeah, I'm quite certain, mister, I can depend on you. The kindness of strangers, something that we wish we all had.